new publication, a new release by Frank Delange. This is going to be Berlin. I'm a little late to the party, a few months late, I think. But Frank, thank you for sending me the music. And it was a great pleasure to learn it, play through it, and now to teach it. So I'll begin, as usual, by playing through the first 20 seconds or so of the piece, and then I'll start bar by bar going through it and showing how you can learn it yourself, and you can follow along. So here it is, the opening to Berlin. So forth. It's quite a beautiful little piece, isn't it? It's very atmospheric. Even though there are a lot of these quick notes, it doesn't feel like you're running anywhere. It feels like you're quite centered and stationary and moving quite calmly through some sort of veiled mist of color and harmony. But it doesn't feel, it's not like a fog where it's obstructive. It's the opposite. It feels almost clarifying and shimmering, as if you're moving through a nebula cloud or something. Really pretty music. All right, so I'll begin with the first 4 chords, the opening introduction. We begin with 3 and 1 in the left hand, 5 and 1 in the right. We're in the key of G minor, 4/4 time. And that is our first bar. Next, 4 and 1. In the left, 2 and 5 in the right, F and B flat, same notes. Next bar, E flat major for this one, 5 and 1 left, 3 and 1 right, and then 4/1 in both the hands. And that's your introduction. Now, the way that it's written, we have 1 chord per bar. And each of these chords has a fermata written above it. One of these little dots and like a bracket over it, which means that it ought to be held a little longer than, strictly speaking, the rhythm should permit it to. So we have 4 beats per bar, and so they should be held a little bit longer than that. It's your discretion. Maybe 5 beats, 5.5 beats, 6 beats, and then move into the next one. This is quite atmospheric. You can let it decay comfortably before moving on to the next one. Don't worry too much about overthinking the counts here. Just do it according to your own musical intuition. Let it decay. Don't wait so long that you lose track of the structure. And then that's your first bar. The nice thing about this piece is rhythmically it's very straightforward. The right hand is just a bunch of 16th notes, the left hand bunch of 16th notes, so they align very regularly for the most part. And the rhythm is very straightforward to do. And because of this, I actually will recommend this to a lot of people to help with their finger technique. It's almost like a study, like an exercise, but it's not like a dry, dusty, Czerny study or some scale where there's no music in it. It's very much musical, but at the same time helps with technique. So it's one of these rarities of it being both useful technically and very musical to play, very enjoyable to play. I'll begin with the left hand. Our position that we start on with is 5, 3, 2, and 1. G minor. To begin the bar, we start from the bottom, travel to the top. And then back down the same way. Up again. Down again. Up again. To the thumb. And that's it. That's the end of the bar. So we have up once, down once, up twice, down twice, up third time, and that's where it finishes. That's the pattern that repeats in every single of these bars, but in different harmonic compositions and different configurations. Next bar is identical. And then the next bar is also identical. And you actually have 6 bars that are exactly the same over and over again. It's sort of setting the stage for what's to come, right? Before we start to deviate harmonically, right? So when we stitch them up, here's your second bar. And third bar. Fourth bar. If you were to count this out, notice where the beats lie. And I would recommend that you keep these beats in your head as you're practicing this. You don't necessarily have to accent. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't necessarily have to do it that way, but at least have those divisions in your head as you play. All right, so once more, that is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'd recommend practicing that a few times with the counts out loud, because something quite distinct begins to happen. If you are able to hold on to these 4 beats within a bar and count it out that way internally, then there's a kind of 3-dimensionality that emerges in your playing, because the listener is going to be hearing just up and down, and they're not going to be able to tell where the beats are. If you can tell where the beats are, you'll sort of unconsciously begin to structure them in that way, which will, for the listener, result in something more 3-dimensional. I don't want to get too into the details of that, but that is what happens. Something to keep in mind. Keep the beats alive in your head. All right, that was your left. Now the right hand. It's kind of a mirror image, right? Same notes, but instead of starting from the bottom, we'll start from the top. Same kind of idea. Go down once, up, back down, up, and finish on the thumb. Fingers are 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's your first bar. Next bar is the same. So when you stitch it up, all you have to remember is the jump from G to E flat. The same way you have to remember the same jump in the opposite direction from E flat to G. So when you put it together, every note aligns. Next bar, again. And again. And again. So those are your first 4 bars of the quick bit. Right. You don't have to change the pedal anywhere. In the beginning of the piece where you have those 4 distinct chords, yes, each chord gets its own pedal. But then when you begin this, it's all one harmony. So no need to change the pedal anywhere. And there's your first 4 bars. All right, this is where I'll stop. I'll continue to the next section in the next part of the tutorial. See you in just a moment.